Hey, good morning, everybody. Go ahead and grab your equipment, mentally prepare. We'll get started in a couple of minutes. And good morning again. And we are ready for some exercise. Beautiful morning, happy face candle. Great to see you on here again. We're going to have a great session today. Back in my own home. If you're watching this recorded, today is day number 14 of our free virtual exercise program. This is CCHS. My name is Seth Spicer, and we stream live on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m., and 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to catch us on the restream, you can come back on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., or 7 p.m. We also stream pretty much all day on Twitch for the replay. Fantastic. We do this because health and fitness should be accessible. A lot of people don't have the time, money, or comfortability with the gym. So we decided to do this so that everybody can get a workout from the comfort of their own home, no matter their level of experience. It's ideal for fat burn. It's made to be safe for everybody. Always talk to a physician before you begin any exercise program, but we made this as adaptable as possible so that it's as safe as possible for as many people as we could. You can find us at Connected Community Health Support on Facebook or through our different platforms as Connected CHS. You can find us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, you name it. We're putting out content such as these videos. And once in a while, we'll throw some other good tidbits of information too to help you reach your goal. All right. If you have any questions at any point during the stream, feel free to throw them into the chat. I have the chat up and it works this morning. I would love to answer them. Right live, right on camera. All right. So without further ado, we'll get started with our warm-up. And I'll keep running my mouth. All right. Today, we're going to start from the bottom up. We'll do a couple ankle circles today, just to become aware of our ankles. Saw a presentation last night in our advanced motor behavior class. I was talking about chronic ankle instability. And this isn't going to do much to fix it, but it will make us more aware of our ankles, hopefully, to prevent an ankle sprain. Everybody's rolled an ankle once in a while. It's good to get a little prehab in there. All right. Bring it around town. Let's move it up to the hips. We'll do our step overs and close them. Open the gates, close the gates. Go ahead. And as you get better at these, try and lift the hips up higher. start to bend the leg. So instead of just stepping up and over, start to really get the foot up and over as well. All right, switch sides. We're going on our left leg, up and over and back. Open the gate, close the gate. It's honestly more like a hurdle step, but it doesn't matter so long as we're getting our hips warmed up. All right, that feels good to me. Moving up to our thoracic spine, per usual. Both hands facing forward. Your right hand's going to reach back towards the wall, and then we're going to be rotating our upper spine with the hips facing forward. We're here, and then we come back to center. Same thing on the other side. Hands forward and left. Do that a few more times. Good morning, Kelsey. Let's go. Right side, right hand to the back wall. And come back forward. Left hand to the back wall. Come back forward. Keep going with that. This is a good way to get T-spine rotation, specifically rotating our thoracic spine, right? And rotation of your upper back is also related to extension. And extension is good because we spend all day hunched over, right? So it's good for our posture, good for blood flow to the brain, good for our chest to open it up a little bit more. All right, and with that, we'll move on to shoulder circles. We're going to start with shoulder circles backwards. Ready, begin. Bada bing, bada boom. And go forwards. And as always, if you have any questions, throw them into the chat. Don't forget to like, subscribe, smash that. I don't actually think we have a button to do that, but just tell your friends, because the more people we get this word up to, the easier it makes our job. We know that so far a lot of people have found this and they love it. And they are telling it to their friends. That's why we're growing organically. But there's a lot of people out there that still could use this. So feel free to spread the word for us. We're going to do some cactuses really quick. Just rotating the hand down, rotating the other arm back up, elbow at 90 degrees, seeing how far back you can get it with the up hand, seeing how far back you can get it with the down hand. And then take a couple seconds. We're going to do some neck circles, and then we're ready to go for the day. All right, go ahead. Whichever direction you like. That's about halfway. Go ahead and switch sides if you haven't already. This one's really hard to talk during, so I'm just going to let you enjoy this. And that's all the quiet time that you get this morning. I'm going to start this brand new timer that I have because it's going to help me keep track of our 45-second intervals. And then we'll get started without either our floor touches or our glute bridges. It's going to start right when I press it, though. So just as a heads up, go ahead and get into position right now. All right. We're starting with our floor touches or glute bridges in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bada bing. Oh wait, it's giving me a 10-second countdown. I didn't ask for that. I should have tested this. 3, 2, 1. That's my job timer app. Oh, I'm gonna have to mute it. Go ahead, floor touches or glute bridges. Go ahead, get it started. Nice and slow to start if you need. I'm gonna turn the volume down on my phone really quick because I don't like when people try to instruct me. I'm the instructor. Watching you timer app. Floor touches. You don't have machines trying to come in and tell Tony and Horton how to do this. Why are you going to come into my home? Rude. Keep it going. Almost done. And exercise number 1 is done. Nice. 45 seconds recovery. Obviously, this is going to feel a little easy to start, perhaps, right? But as we get going on, as you get understanding what the exercises are and the transitions between each, you'll be able to just relax and listen to my calm, soothing voice as I tell you about different facets of health. Next up, we have our reverse fly. To get into a proper position, what you do is you take your butt, you pretend like you're reaching it back towards something behind you. I'm trying to touch my butt to the TV. Boom. Then elbows on the knees to start, and that's a nice stable position. And then reverse fly, arms out to the side. Starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. Here we are. Arms out to the side. If you want to do it one at a time, that's a nice variation, because I know we go for 45 seconds. This can keep us in a nice, stable position the entire time. Maybe your low back hurts. Having a hand on the knee the entire time will help, all right? And these are my second favorite exercise because they're like Flappy Birds, but just from a different direction. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. 45-second rest. All right. Next up, we have primarily my favorite exercise, actual Flappy Birds. This is where your arms are at the side, and you raise them laterally, which is to the outside, and bring them back down. All right. I was just saying last night with Jacob Carroll and Adam Fox, who go at 11:30 and 5:30, respectively, Eastern Time. We were saying how since we started this program, our bodies have felt really good. We expected it to work, but it works really well, it seems, just for feeling good and to not ache in our joints, which is really cool. Lateral raises in 3, 2, 1, begin. 45 seconds of shoulder burning, fat burning, lateral raises. Back at it again with the Flappy Birds. All right. If you showed up consistently to this point, that's fantastic. All you guys have to do is show up, and I'll take care of the rest. All right. We're here 3 times a week. Our sessions are 45 minutes now. All you have to do is show up day after day, and we'll help you, support you, motivate you to reach your health goals. All right. 3, 2, 1, and time. Next up, we have our marching. What that looks like is we're here, just getting our knees up. You can move the arms with it if you like. If you want a little bit of a crazy variation, if you're feeling really motivated, this is a little more high impact, so it's not for everybody, but you can get them going fast with the high knees. All right. That's for 45 seconds though, so be ready for it. All right. But anyways, the marching is just here to here, getting the knees up as high as you feel comfortable. Okay. No variation on this one. Just marching, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. March it up, 45 seconds. And this is our core exercise number 1. We've already gone through our hinge, our horizontal pull, our vertical press, and now we're at it with our core exercise number 1. Specifically, this is going to be our lower core. Get them up nice and high. Keep going. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Fantastic. Hope you're feeling all right. I know that this is week 5 already? Day 14, week 5. Yeah, wow, geez, time flies. So this program is going to get progressively harder as we move on. But because you're adapting, the intensity should stay about the same for you. All of which will be in ideal fat burn heart rate zone so that you can, not waste time, right? You don't want to put all this work in to burn carbohydrates and then eat them back and then you just gain more, gain more fat mass. We're hitting it right at the source. All right. Next up, we have lateral squats, starting in 3, 2, 1. It's like a squat, but you're pushing your hips out to the side, right here. All right, go ahead and give it a shot. I should have explained it before we began, but I'll just let you go ahead and try it. It's kind of hard to explain anyway, if we're being honest. You push the knee forward, pull the left butt back. You push the right knee forward, pull the right butt back. The one leg stays relatively straight as you go. And you want to go, you can go a quarter, you can go a half, you can go full depth if you have the range of motion. Whatever makes you feel good. All right, these ones should even stretch out the inside of your leg if you're doing them correctly. And time. We'll come back to that, and I'll explain that a little better before we begin next time. I know that's a completely new exercise. Next up, we have our all-time favorite. We have our push-ups. Find your floor, find your couch, move your masks that are currently taking up the wall that you always forget to put back and your girlfriend yells at you about. And get ready for the push-ups on whichever surface feels best for you. The variation is such that the lower you go, the closer you are to the ground, the harder this exercise becomes. All right, starting in 7 seconds. I'm using Coucho. 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. And again, you want full range of motion. And you want to be able to go for 45 seconds. If you start a little too difficult, you want to walk back the intensity. Maybe you're just doing normal push-ups. And you want to go from your knees. That's completely fine too. If you're starting couch, you want to move to the wall. Transition quickly, but that's fine too. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. And rest. Bent over shoulder extension. I decided to just do away with the seated floor press. If you're still interested, it's where you're in the floor and you're trying to push your hips up off the ground. Maybe your hands are up on your knuckles or something. Your hands are by your side. And maybe you have blocks that would help. You can lift your butt off the ground. And maybe lift your butt off the ground and raise a leg. But if that seems a little too complicated, or you don't have super long arms like this guy does, we're just going to do a bent over shoulder extension. All right. Right there. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Begin. Arms by the side. Palms to the sky. Arms to the side. Palms to the sky. And you're going to feel this one right on the back side of your armpit. If you do it right, hold it at the top and down. Hold it at the top and down. From the front, hold it at the top and down. No, that's why we call them fighter pilots. Feels like you're flying a plane. Keep it going. Almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Woo! That was exercise number 7 on the day. The last one we have is a crawl or a knee plank. Shout out to Happy Face for this variation. It was solid. I really appreciate it. So you can have the crawl position, which is on your hands and knees. If you struggle to get to the ground, we have a variation where you can just be on the wall, doing knee raises, pulling down on the wall. But if you are with a floor variation, you're on your hands and knees like so, and you just lift your knees an inch off the ground. As we fatigue out, I'll show you the variation for where you can maintain a front plank from the knees. Ready, set, begin the crawl position. We're here. Nice and strong. Steady stance. Breathe through it. And as you get tired, what you can do, you walk the feet back a little bit, come onto the knees, and come forward into a front plank, like so. And you're going to want to try and almost pull your hands back towards you, such that you're trying to slide your knees forward across the ground, like that. Almost like a zombie, right? You're here, pulling downwards, and that's going to turn your core into a steel rod. And time. We'll go back through and we'll fill those out some more next round. We're going back to the top. The timer gave us 10 seconds to catch our breath. Now we have a 45-second break. All right. I'm going to grab some water really quick before we get started. Seth, you're on live. You're going and grabbing water. It's okay, guys. Exercise ain't that serious. That should be a little fun. All right. Floor touches or glute bridges. There we go. I can speak again. My mouth is no longer parched. Pick your poison. I'm going glute bridges starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin. We're going for 45 seconds. Either the floor touch or the glute bridge. They're both variations that work your posterior chain. Your posterior chain are all the muscles that do extension, and it runs from the top of your head down to the bottom of your feet. I won't go through and list off every single muscle from A to Z, but they're all somewhat connected, and they all serve to help you run this position. I'm sure the one you all care about is your glutes, and yes, it works your glutes. And time. Alrighty. And my glutes felt it that round. That is for sure. I almost like the glute bridge a little bit more first because I think it provides a little bit more resistance. But again, it's whatever feels best for you. Exercise should feel good, my dudes. All right. Next up, if you're on the floor, go ahead and stand up. If you're already standing, go ahead and stay standing, I suppose. You don't need to do any fancy stuff. We're going to do the reverse fly again. Again, find a good position. Butt back, hands in the knees, like you're about to sit down in a chair. And then we're going to begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin. And we're here. Like I said, you can do one arm at a time. If you have back pain, if anything hurts, like hurts, shut it down or try a variation, okay? Exercise should not be painful. Maybe a little uncomfortable. My legs are burning. I'm a little bit out of breath, trying to speak through it, pretend like I'm not. But if it hurts, I think you know what pain is for your body. Do not carry on. All right, 10, 9, keep it going. Pull it back. Raise it up. And time with that one. Good work, good work. We have 3 people consistently tuning in now in the morning. And for you 3, I say thank you. Okay, next up, after our reverse flies, we have lateral raises. This is round 2. Of course, we go down through the exercise 3 times, 3 rounds of our 8 exercises, 45 seconds on, 45 seconds off, and it progressively gets harder with less rest as the program goes on. All right. Normal lateral raises starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. And we're back. Just flapping away, Flappy Birds. These are working our deltoids. I think the deltoids personally don't get enough love. You hear about the pecs. You hear about the abdominals. You hear about the glutes. Sometimes somebody will even talk about a calf. But when's the last time you heard somebody talk about their lateral deltoid, huh? Their intermediate, anterior, posterior deltoids? Never. That's why we're here today, showing them some love. Pay homage 10 more seconds to the deltoid complex. It's a penne muscle. 2, 1, and time. Anyway, next up, we have our marching. Marching. We all know what's going on by now with this. We're getting our knees up. All right. Again, if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to shoot them into the chat and I'll answer them live. Thank you for joining. Thank you for following along. I'm excited to see where this goes as time progresses. We got, I think, 140 something people on Facebook that follow this, 42 people on Twitch, and a bunch of other platforms too. So you got a lot of support, a lot of people that like what we're doing. Please feel free to tell a friend, have a friend help you, join you in your health goals. That's a great way to actually reach them. Accountability partners, starting with our marching in 3, 2, 1, begin. I'm going to put myself on the spot. CCHS has a model of behavioral change, and it has 7 core pillars. We have physical activity and exercise. We have nutrition. We have sleep. We have social environmental factors, basically the people around you. We have psychological and mindset factors. We have personal finances that restrict you from reaching your goals. And we have policy change. Bam, on the spot. 3, 2, 1, and time. And long story short, is when we're working with somebody, when we intend to offer free behavioral change coaching for one-on-one people in the future, we're going to take those 7 pillars, see where you are within them, and then modify them within your life. Provide specific changes based on where you are, a thing called the trans-theoretical model. Don't worry about it. Basically to help you reach your goals on a personal level. All right. And we include some other theories in there too from psych, but don't worry about it. Know that it's just a comprehensive program we use to help you reach your goals. Lateral squats, we're back at it again. What that looks like from the side is a weight shift to the left and back center. From the front, you push your weight towards the right foot, and then you come back to center. All right. I like a nice wide stance. We'll start in 3, 2, 1. Give it a shot. It won't feel good at first necessarily, but as we keep going, as we give it a shot, it'll get better. Here we are. If you want to push the butt back a little more, you may. From the side, we're here. We're here. I don't expect you to get your knees down so that they're parallel with the floor. I just expect you to go down maybe to here and start pushing the weight back and forth. All right. Just getting used to the exercise, feeling it out. It's really good for your lower body, this one. And time. Good work. Good stuff. Let me know if you like that one in the chat. Let me know if you hate it in the chat, because that's okay. We're here to get feedback and move along. The next exercise we have are our push-ups. This time I'm doing push-ups from the wall on the last set of the day. I'm going to try and do them for 45 seconds, all up front. I can tell it's going to be awful, but anything we do to get a solid workout in. Starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. Push-ups from the wall. Only 40 more seconds. I prefer to know that we have a stud somewhere in the wall. That way you don't end up putting your hands through a wall, through a desk. You want to make sure your couch is stable. Basically, as always, make sure you're being safe. Keep pushing. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. And we're done. All right. Good stuff. We're really working our way through this exercise progression. Next up, we have our bent over shoulder extensions for round numero dos. Again, the bent over position, like you're about to touch the floor, or like you're, picking up Legos from the floor, and then you're in a good position. All right. This one, your hands are by your side, and you're just pushing them back up against gravity. Okay. Those are bent over shoulder extensions. If you want to try that thing where you push from the floor, you may, if that's a little bit more of an advanced variation. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. We're here, and we're going. 45 seconds. Go ahead, push it back to the sky. Push your hands up to the sky as if you're, giving up in reverse order. Maybe it's, finals week and you're just done. Maybe you're experienced with backwards high fives, and I don't know. Anyway. Keep it going, 15 more seconds. You should be able to hold a conversation throughout the entirety of these streams. That means that you are at a level of intensity that is perfect for fat burn. Doesn't want to be too easy, right? But also, and time. You don't want it to be too hard, so you start going in towards the carbohydrate burning instead of fat burning for the substrate. All right. That's all based off of heart rate, so that's why we individualize it. But generally, you can say you should be able to hold a conversation. That's how you know. All right. Crawl or knee plank. Work your way down to the floor or over to a wall to do the wall knee raises. Myself, I'm going down to the floor to do the crawl. Pop the knees. And again, basically we're holding the crawl for as long as we can. If you can go the full 45, fantastic. If not, moving forward to that awesome variation on the tall knee plank is awesome as well. All right. Starting in 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and begin. We're up. All right. It's like those good old days in the football movies. You see people that are just crawling up and down the football field with a person on their back. And if you want to move around a little bit, that's a very good thing. It's a good way to spice up the exercise, making that feel so tedious just standing there. And it's just better for your body. In general, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, fantastic. We're going back to the top. The next exercise, of course, after our 30-second break, is going to be the floor touch or the glute bridge. I'm going to go with the glute bridge again. Feel free, if you prefer the floor touch, to do that one. If anybody ever has any ideas about how to grow our base, prevent our barrier in ourselves, that is distribution of our program, feel free to shoot it in the chat. We'll take any feedback that we can. Starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. You could be doing floor touches. You could be doing glute bridges. You could be sitting there watching me struggle. I won't be able to tell because you're behind the screen, which is why this is designed that way, because nobody can judge you when you're in the comfort of your own home. Nobody's going to say you're doing that wrong. Doing it right is whatever way it feels best to you. Doing it right is doing something and time. And that is why we're all doing a great job if you're watching this and following along. That's all you need to do is show up and put in the work. I'll be counting on you to show up. All right. I might not be able to hold you to it because I know it's anonymous, which is on purpose. So no stress, no stigma. But I hope that you guys can show up day after day to get a solid workout in. All right. It would make me happy the more numbers I see when that number goes from, 2 to 3. I see you. Thanks for joining. The next exercise we have is the reverse fly. Go ahead and stand up if you're on the floor. The reverse fly starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin. And we're in the bent over position. Arms up to the sky. All right. Again, you can go one at a time if you like that variation. I personally like to feel like a big old bird, like I'm flying away. I don't know, flying away to my fitness dreams. Oh, okay. Anyway, don't want to get too weird. And 18 seconds. Keep it going. Switch it up a little bit. All right, that's a good breather. We're already on the last round of exercise. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're done with that exercise. Next up, we have our lateral raises. Those are going to feel good. This is set number 3 of our 45-minute exercise session in the mornings. The best way you could possibly start your day. Better than a cup of coffee, even though I have that too. All right. We can go on and on about the positive side effects of exercise. Right? We can talk about, the brain-derived neurotropic factor. It's basically like miracle grow for your brain that gets released when you exercise aerobically, specifically. It makes you sharp for the rest of the day. You're out of pain for the remainder of the day. Prevents you from getting tired. Prevents you from having achy joints. It's a win, 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 win. Lateral raises in 3, 2, 1. Begin. Now we're flying away again, but standing up. He says, Seth, isn't that the same movement? Aren't we working the same muscles? And I'd say, no. That's a great question, though, because that seems logical. And what really matters is our relationship to gravity, all right? So if we're doing this and we're doing this, this one is standing, pushing up against gravity. This one's pushing up against gravity towards our back, which means instead of working our rhomboids, instead of working, our lats and post delts in the reverse fly, we're now working more anterior delt, lateral delt with this exercise. And time. Now, go ahead and mentally prepare yourself for our lateral squats again. No lateral squats. Nice wide shoulder width stance. Just beyond maybe is how I prefer mine. And you push a little wider. And you push the weight towards just one leg while keeping the other leg straight. And then you stand back up. Okay? You don't have to go very far. We're just starting to get used to pushing the weight over to one side or the other. All right? Get in your position, starting in 3, 2, 1. Begin with our lateral squat. This is just a variation of a single leg squat. The reason that I like this one is because it makes me feel like a judo master and because it has a lot of good stretching and strengthening to the side, which you don't always get. All right. Basically, this is an introduction to single leg squats, which I know is a whole nother ball game. But trust me, we've worked up to it. We've made our legs strong to this point. And it's all planned so that you can feel strong and capable as you do them. No rush in getting to full depth. No need quite yet. Just get used to it. And time. Get used to the exercise. Next up, we have our push-ups. Find your wall. That's Wally. Find your couch. That's Coucho. I don't like that couch. It's a bad couch. It's busted. Just kidding. It's a great couch. We're going to start with our push-ups in 20 seconds. Man, I wanted to touch on how when you feel like you don't have the resources to overcome any given demands of a task in your life, that's when you can perceive it as stress. But we didn't really have time to talk too much about that. So we're going to start with our push-ups in 3, 2, 1, and begin. I'm going for it. I hope you are too. Don't just let me struggle. Get as many as you can in 45 seconds. Full range of motion. Feel how good that feels, or maybe how good that doesn't feel, and then compare it to how good you're going to feel after. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's all she wrote for the push-ups. Oh my goodness. Oh my. I feel my chest. Feels like I'm going to die. Next up, we have our bent over shoulder extensions. I'm sure that will be a relief relative to the intensity of the squats and the push-ups. If you're ever getting to the point where you can't hold the conversation, maybe dial it back on the intensity a little bit. I know I just went ham in the push-ups, but trust me, do as I say, not as I do. Nice and sustainable exercise. Bent over shoulder extension. 3, 2, 1, begin. We're here. Pushing them up to the side, to the sky. If you want to put the back of your hands to the sky, you may. You want to karate chop it. Maybe you want to get some variation in there. Whatever feels best for you. Almost feels like I open up my chest more when I put my palms facing downwards. Palms up feels good too. 10 more seconds. We're almost done with this exercise. We're almost done with the whole workout. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right. We've got one left. It's suiting we put crawl at the end because I know we all feel like we're just crawling our way out of the workout. If you want to use the wall, we're here, pulling the knees up, putting them down, pulling the knees up. If you want to start walking a little farther away, that works too. I'm going to hit the crawl position, and I'm going to try and hold it for all 45 seconds. Starting in 10 seconds. If you're watching this in the future as a replay, I believe in you. We're going to kill it this round. Starting in 3, 2, 1, begin. We're up. All right. We only have 40 seconds to hold it. All right. We're here. I'm not ever going to tell you not to bounce around or maybe move around a little bit. We've all got to try and get through this workout one way or another. Who am I kidding with getting through it? All right, I'm down on the knees, onto the forward plank, pulling forward, pushing the ground away from you. We're almost done. In 3, 2, 1. And I'm shaking. We're done. We are done. D-O-N-E. It's time for our cool down part of the workout. Go ahead and shake it out. Shake out the legs. Get the breathing under control. Really quick about our second pillar, nutrition. Maybe do some self-hugs. With nutrition, we're going to get to the point where our exercise will make it so that our exercise alone can really help you start to reach your goals and make some progress. But at this point, you're also going to want to do some sort of dietary modifications. Now, it's frowned upon to give you exact foods to eat, but I can definitely tell you what you shouldn't eat. Forward and back arm swings, just nice and gentle. Maybe across the body, like you're throwing somebody something. I can tell you that if you try to limit your sugar intake, not for a year, not for 6 months, hell, not even for a month. Just try it for a week of becoming conscious of how much sugar you consume. That's added sugar, of course. That's like the pure granulated, not carbohydrates. It's not bad to eat a potato. It's not bad to eat a grain or a vegetable. I'm talking about, the 72 grams of sugar that are inside a Mountain Dew, right? And just see how you feel. I might even recommend keeping a dietary log to where you write down what you eat for the day in a nice little journal, and then you write down how that food made you feel. All right. Not only is that a good way to say, hey, this plate of veggies with a slice of chicken made me feel great, but it's also a great way to say, hey, this sugar, this alcohol, maybe even something that's a normal part of your diet doesn't make me feel good. The same way that exercise should feel good and it's individualized for each person. We all have our own variations. Diet's the same way, right? So that's a great way. Keeping a nice little journal of it is a great way to become aware of what feels good or what doesn't feel good, okay? So with that said, I have a couple minutes. Feel free to shoot any questions, comments, concerns, feedback into the chat. And I would love to check it out before I run along to my calc class for the day. All right. I'll wait. I know there's a bit of a lag. Our second pillar, nutrition. Another pillar of ours is sleep. I know some people claim that they are not people that need that much sleep, but that probably just means that you've gotten used to not sleeping well, right? Because what happens is your body doesn't necessarily physically improve from not getting 8 hours of sleep. Your brain just kind of copes and tells you that you can't register that fatigue anymore. Need more reminders to tighten the core. Okay, yeah. So if I might ask, especially for bent over moves. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna make sure that I cue that correctly too, because especially if you're having low back pain, that's a good reminder to tighten the core. And I'll try and provide cues that address that properly, or variations of the exercise such that you automatically tighten your core. All right. So if I cue you correctly, for example, in the front plank from the knees, if I tell you to pull the hands down, that should automatically activate your core. And the reason I don't like to say specifically tighten your core is because that's an internal cue. In my background of coaching is more from what we call the dynamical systems theory perspective. Basically what that means is I can never tell you how to experience your move. I need to be able to give you an exercise or a cue based around your environment such that you automatically tighten your core, which sounds a little bit overdose, a little bit too much for just an exercise program, but it's better for your health and for your movement. So with that said, I will be sure to try and find ways to tweak or cue our movements relative to what we're doing to make sure that our core feels nice and safe and stable. Thank you for the feedback. I appreciate that. And when I forget, I have to reset the moves again, losing time on the exercise. And we don't like losing time on the exercise. All right. Thank you very much for the feedback. Happy Face Candle. I will do that. And stability is great. We love feeling stable. We love feeling capable. We love feeling safe. So that's good stuff. Thank you as always for tuning in, Happy Face. Thank you everybody else that tuned in as well. If you're watching this on replay, which I know a lot of people do, thank you for joining. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. This is the end of day 14. Time to set it up on replay for tomorrow. And I will see you all live Friday at 7:30 a.m. This is Seth Spicer on behalf of CCHS. Oh, you're going to miss Friday. Okay, good. Replay. All right. I love it. I dig it. Great to hear. See, that's the kind of commitment that I really, really appreciate. Good stuff. Makes it all worth it for me. Happy Face, other people, Kelsey, you all have a wonderful day. I will see you Friday or on the replay.